Okay, good evening, guys, and welcome to the stream. Today, we are going to talk a little about blockchain, and we are going to talk about the Zano blockchain as well. So, to kickstart things, my name is Kaleo. I will be taking this session. I'll be the host, and I'll also be talking about a few things on Blockbridge, which is currently sponsoring this talk, this stream. And also, I will introduce a few other people who are on this call to give you the insights of blockchain, how to build, and how to build better in the African economy. Okay, so without doing much, I'm going to go briefly into Blockbridge and what Blockbridge is trying to do. So the Blockbridge community is trying to bridge the gap between the knowledge gap between a person and then blockchain. And what simply motivated the team to come up with Blockbridge Network is the fact that most of our Africans don't know about blockchain. They don't know how to go about it. They are literally behind, and that's something we find really consuming African resources, because Africa has always been behind technology for a while now, and with this blockchain technology we are trying to at least get a head start. We are also trying to be there, follow what the big boys are doing in terms of following new technologies, building on new technologies, exploring, and also having our own built a project on the blockchain. Okay, so for I am the senior developer for Blockbridge Network, KNUST, I think Sunyani, and some other universities in Ghana talking about blockchain preaching. And I think in April they had a boot camp on how to build with blockchain, smart contract development. They also taught and engaged in hackathons for uh, students of the University of Kwame Nkrumah University, and that resulted in I think about 10 amazing projects that came up, and they are still building, pushing forward to be a startup. And we have teams like Kernel Labs, we have other protocols that are supervising those works and trying to get the better of our developer communities. And so Blockbridge is not only, it's not only about just pushing the Web3, but it's about building with us, being a developer, being a social media manager, being whoever you are. You can probably start something, start a niche in the blockchain ecosystem, and we are welcoming everyone to join. Okay, all right. So I want to introduce my panelists. I have Lil Kim with me, which is currently the uh as lead for Africa for Zeno blockchain. Um Please confirm if you can hear me, Lil Kim.
Hey, brother. Yeah, I can hear you. Hi, everyone. My name is Lil King, and I'm the Zano ambassador in Africa, and also the head of ambassador in Zano Global. So I'll be talking about privacy and how Zano comes in. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Leokin. So let's get start this session. I'm going to go a little technical into the Zano blockchain, and wow, if I may ask, how many years have you been working with Zano?
I think 2 years plus now.
Okay, okay, that's nice. I've been with Ethereum for a while now. However, I'm open to explore other blockchains as well. So I took a few days to read about Zeno blockchain, and I came across this hybrid proof of work, proof of stake system. Can you
Yeah.
break down how that improves security over, the traditional systems we have, like maybe Bitcoin or maybe Ethereum, which only implements one?
Okay, great. Nice question. So, I don't know if you've been following up with what has been going on in the space recently. You realize that there have been attempts to attack Monero's security, and for Zano, we've always been hell bent on having a hybrid consensus mechanism because of these kind of circumstances. Now, let me answer your question very well. You know, if you use like Bitcoin now that uses a single consensus mechanism, because they are very, very decentralized, it will be very hard to attack them, but it is possible. It is possible to attack Bitcoin because if a single entity gains 51% of the hash rate of the hash power, before you know, they can start having alien blocks. They can initiate double spend attacks
Yes.
on the Bitcoin network. But for Zano, it's 50% proof of work, 50% proof of stake. Now, even if you take over the majority of the hash rate in proof of work, you still need to take over the majority of the staking power, and it will cost you money. Let's say, for example, now for an entity to attack Zano, they need to buy, even if they have the hash rate, the majority of the hash rate for the proof of work side, because it's 50%. Now, they need to buy a crazy amount of Zano, like, which, no matter how you look at it, it doesn't even make sense. The last time we calculated it, if the amount of Zano that they will have to buy, we send the price of each Zano to $10,000. So you see, it's impossible. It doesn't make any sense. You understand? So this makes the attack
Yes.
like too costly. So it will be very hard for them to want to attack Zano because you need to actually have majority of both proof of work and proof of stake. Now for proof of work, you can actually just purchase the equipment, use it, and you can still use it for another to mine other blockchains. You understand? It doesn't go to waste. But to buy that crazy amount of Zano, I mean, a lot of people are going to dump on you, and what will you end up gaining by attacking Zano? So, but for Monero, there's currently attempts to attack Monero because Monero uses a single consensus mechanism, which makes it easy for people to attack. That's why we decided to go with a hybrid consensus mechanism.
Oh, okay. That's really nice. So I think my developer journey has been around mostly Ethereum. However, for the past few months, about 2 months now, I've been trying to build on Bitcoin, trying to exploit the ecosystem as well. I've been trying to build on CoreDAO, and for Ethereum, I built on Base, Sonic, and other blockchains as well. Well, I think it will be a good experience for me to explore the Zano ecosystem. Do you think I can have access, or is there enough resources that developers can, have to build on Zano?
I mean, yes, Zano is open for anyone to build on. It's like the easiest blockchain to build on, especially when you are talking about contemporary ideas, new ideas like meme coins, NFTs. It is very easy just with your mobile phone and internet. I promise you, you can build a whole project on Zano. Do you know why? Because with Zano's token issuance process is very, very easy and less technical. Let's say you have an idea, you want to issue a meme coin. Let me give you an example. The last time I had an event, I had a Zano meetup. You know, we used to have onboarding sessions where people interact with the Zano ecosystem, issue tokens, create aliases, and all of that. So the last time we had this kind of event, we did a little challenge for people to, come up with creative ideas. What can you build on Zano instantly? And someone built a meme coin, a meme coin called SpongeBob, and it was so fantastic. This person came up with the whole idea at a 4 hours meetup, and it raised a lot of eyebrows. It was so interesting because the moment you issue the meme coin, if you issue any token now on the Zano blockchain, it is instantly tradable on the Zano native desk. If you issue a token now and you name it um, Block Bridge, for example, the moment you
Yep.
issue the token and it shows that it has been issued, it is automatically listed on the Zano trade. So you don't need to look for extra resources to get it listed before people can trade it. It is already tradable. That's one. Two, you don't need to build a wallet from scratch. You don't need to build a blockchain from scratch. And these tokens, the most amazing part is these tokens, they are as private and as secured as the native Zano coin. They are as private and as secure as the native Zano coin. So it is quite easy to build on Zano. And when you talk about developer support, anytime if you see our devs, if you go to our community, you ask any question, they are always very active. They will provide you with all the resources you need. And on top of that, we are going to have a more like a builders program soon for developers that want to build on Zano. We will give them the opportunity to have access to funds. If you come up with a good idea, we'll give you the opportunity to have access to some funds, to assist whatever you are building. Of course, if the idea aligns with whatever the community is doing.
Oh, that's excellent. I've seen some, some protocols actually being a little skeptical about giving funds to developers to build. That's one of the issues we developers have been facing for a while now. It's really nice seeing a blockchain that, is open and then have a lot of funds to give for developers. Well, I've I've actually come across the Zakanum consensus. I heard it's the first hidden amount POS consensus. So I want to ask, what challenges did you solve with it?
Zano is an all-round privacy chain. So if you ask what challenges you solve with it, Zakanom allows you to is a feature is an we named it Zakanom because it was the name of the whole hard fork that allowed people to issue tokens and have private staking on Zano. Now, it wouldn't make any sense to have a private chain that allows people to stake and the staking is not private. I don't know if I'm making any sense. Transactions, amount, addresses, receiver, sender is hidden. But when you stake, the amount you stake is not hidden. It doesn't make any sense for a privacy coin. So that's why we had to, and this is like one of the most successful implementation because it is highly technical, but that's why we had to do it because um, our privacy is like 100% all round privacy by default.
Definitely, that's a very nice feature to have on a blockchain. So, so far, what I know about Zeno is that Zeno has taken privacy to its heart. So, Zeno is built in such a way that it's can maintain your privacy. You can make use of a hybrid proof of work and proof of stake system, and you can it supports confidential assets and private NFTs. Those are some features like I really want to build with, because most of the blockchains are still I would say too open, because a lot of people get a lot of informations, and those informations can be a threat to someone. For example, most of the blockchains having your transactions public, everything public. So whatever you do, I think in the near future with AI, which the AI agents are now taking data from those kind of explorers, those can actually dictate or maybe come up with the activities that you do online. It's kind of like how advertisements come along with companies like Facebook and other companies. I think that part we actually need to solve it. And as a developer, when working, I really want to see those implementations on blockchain. So I think I'm grateful for Zeno for building such a platform.
Okay, thank you. Sorry for cutting you short. I would like to also say that just yesterday there is a breach, a confidential layer. It's called confidential layer breach. Now, for us at Zano, we believe that privacy should be the default. Privacy should be the default because digital currencies are not supposed to be surveillance. They are not supposed to be surveillance tools. They are not supposed to be surveillance tools in the sense that just a single transaction exposes all your activities, exposes a lot of things about you. This will create room for surveillance, individuals, government, big corporations for adverts. They are looking for data for adverts. They will start surveilling all your activities and all of that. So for us as Zan, we believe privacy should be the default. So this confidential layer is a separate project. It's a bridge that allows you to wrap public chain assets like BTC, Sol, ETH, BNB. But currently, now, what I'm trying to say is you can have a private version of BTC, see your BTC, you didn't swap it to Zano, but you moved it to Zano chain. Now it is private. Nobody can see how many BTC you have or the transactions you've done. This is made possible through the confidential layer bridge. And you just have to pay a very, very little fee. Very, very little fee. It's not even up to anything. So we have not just built a private by default ecosystem. We are also extending our privacy infrastructure to other mainstream digital currencies so that people will no longer have excuse. Oh, I've been holding BTC for how many years? I'm a MAXV. I can't say because of privacy. I'm going to go. No, if you don't want to, don't fine. But you can actually hold those assets on the Zano chain. So I don't know if you get that, but I mean that's like one of the craziest things that has been pulled in the past few days. It's like everywhere in the privacy ecosystem because it's actually a big deal. It's going to bring in a lot of liquidity for not just Zano but the entire privacy sector at large.
Yeah, definitely. Cross-chain bridging tokens is one of the main, or was one of the main focus of 2024, and is still one of the leading solutions for our current problems in blockchain. I've seen companies like Chainlink, Kernel, Layer Zero, and other protocols trying to bridge those things, make it interoperable. And I just to gist our listeners, do you have anything around CCIP? Because right now as you are talking, I'm actually happy because I think I have a few projects around cross-chain interoperability, bridging tokens. I can probably just, uh, uh, deploy or build it on Zano as well, because I think that will be the key to, having more people on Zano.
Sorry, are you asking me about the bridge or you are just asking a general question, please? Can you enlighten me more? Can you expand your question?
Yeah, so currently asking about bridging, and you talked about how to bridge you can bridge your tokens from other chains on Zano. And I'm thinking, is there any project around, bridging already? Do you have any cross chain which allows you to import your tokens from another chain, and also let's say access your token from Zano from another
Yes,
chain?
yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. This bridge was released yesterday. They've been building for months. They've been building since last year and it was released yesterday. It's called Confidential Layer. When you start it, you're going to see tutorials on how to use it and all of that. I can send you all the information you need after this session, but the bridge was released yesterday and I tried it and it was quite slick, less technical, very intuitive UI and all of that. So the bridge is readily available and it was released yesterday. And Zano is currently the only privacy coin that it supports. It's going to support other privacy coins along the line that it will be able to bridge to other chains, other privacy chains. But for now, it's just Zano. You can bridge BNB, Sol, and Ethereum to Zano right now. And they are going to add other assets too as time goes on. But for a start, these are the things you can do already with the bridge.
Excellent. I like that about Zano. Okay. So now, moving or diving into the African economy, just briefly, can you talk about maybe your experience building as an African, on projects, building with, other people from around the world? What are some challenges you face, and how did you tackle it?
Okay, I think for me, if you ask me, our biggest problem in Africa is that uh, we always we always we are always 10 steps backward, not because of lack of information, because there's no way, except you live in a forest somewhere in southwest Nigeria, you live in a forest, you don't know what's happening, you don't have access to internet. But anybody in Africa that has access to internet now already knows about digital currency. They know about digital currency and they know that the whole world, they're actually embracing it because it's just like every other technology. When it comes out, people are actually embracing it, adopting it, exploring opportunities. But we in Africa, we are waiting for people to, to take 10 steps before we even take one step. I mean, look at our government. They are not doing anything about. Look at the US has a Bitcoin reserve. So many countries. For us in the privacy sector, government being involved is no good news for us. But I mean, in the African context, we are so behind. Not because people don't know about these things, but because we always have a lot of stupid questions when we hear that there is a new innovation. What are digital currencies? Digital currencies, they are digital money. It's just like when bank transfers started. Bank transfers have made life easier. You don't have to go to the bank to send money to people just on your mobile phone. You don't even have to see it in cash. You have money, you don't have to see it in cash. People were reluctant. They refused. They kept on going to the bank. But along the line, they started seeing that, oh, this is stressful. I can actually do it the easier way. And this is after people in other parts of the world have taken how many steps ahead of us before we started even embracing it. So this is like one of the challenges for the African community. It's not as if people don't know about digital currency. People know about it. In fact, sometimes when you talk to businesses, okay, fine, you are scared of volatility because if you accept digital currency, the price, of course, the prices are volatile. You can lose as a business person if the prices change. But we have stable coins that are stable. The prices don't change. Now, as a business person, you import cars from the USA, you import cars, of course, used cars to resell in Nigeria or in Ghana or in anywhere in Africa. Now, to get dollar, you have to go through some processes to get dollar, to get forex, to import your car. But this is something that you can do just from your room. What do? You buy stable coin, any stable coin of your choice, USDT. Send it to this merchant. They will accept it and send down your card to you. But no, these guys will rather go through the long process, and the issues are just many. Let's talk about the youth. There are young people too that are still reluctant about embracing these innovations. These are innovations that have changed people's lives. It's either you can either be a consumer or you know or a builder. You can build a product. We have Nigerian. I saw some Nigerian products built on Solana. You can buy airtime and pay in Sol. I was very impressed. I was very very impressed. These guys are making good money. They're making good money out of it because they have a lot of users. So this is something that is going to actually benefit us. But it's not as if we don't know about it. But people are reluctant. So sometimes you have to talk and talk and talk. You see, when it comes to the issue of privacy, I will see people that we talk to them about privacy. They know the challenges. They know that okay, mainstream cryptocurrencies are not private, they are public, people can see your transaction. They already know. But sometimes they'll still go ahead to tell you that I don't have anything to hide. And when I ask them this question, they always keep quiet. Okay, if your traditional banks were like that, if your traditional banks had an explorer where people can go and see your transaction, would you use them? Then they say no. So why would you use digital currencies that expose your transactions? Then they are quiet. So these are the challenges, these are the issues. Sometimes they know, but they just want to wait for the whole world to take some steps before they even take one step. And of course, we still have the challenges of there are people that don't know. If they know, maybe if you educate them the right way, they'll actually adopt it. But because of lack of information, that's why communities like your community, uh, we are supposed to hold you guys very dearly in Africa. It's only projects that are looking for users because you first of all need to educate people about blockchain, Web3 before you sell any product to them to use. So that's why they're supposed to take communities like yours, like they're supposed to take you guys like egg, because you guys are actually building the foundation for them to come and benefit from. Because if you don't educate people about Web3 and blockchain, how would they get users when they come here? So we need more of that, and that's why I love what you guys are doing. You guys are doing a very wonderful job to educate people about this stuff. The challenges are much, but I think me and you and every other person will do our best, but we can't do it all. We can't do it all, and I hope that Africans really do change their attitude.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I also experienced so many difficulties building as an African. The Soul Network with us and just invite them on stage to talk about their experience with the blockchain building as an African. Please, can you hear me? Okay. So I think I'll continue and then when they are ready to speak, I'll invite them back on stage. So now some
Oh,
of the issues are faced. I think, yeah, I think very we spoke very well about the transaction, what you have to go through many processes. You have to go through many banks. You hear me? Yeah, hello. Let me know
yeah, I
if you can
can
hear
hear you
me.
now.
Okay, okay.
Jim,
All
Jim,
right. So the diff- GM, welcome.
thank you. So I've been on the call from the beginning here. Uh, I didn't get to show up on the radar, so I had to confirm if you guys are seeing me. So I'm just going to let you continue. Maybe I'll a little time to just chip in something later. I'm so by
Oh,
the
okay.
way.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, just let us know when you're ready because we are we are happy to have you on board and we would like to hear your opinions as well. Okay, okay.
Yes.
So
So I'm ready. I can just speak up. I don't know if you have any question for me at this point, so I can just go on to speak on it.
yeah, so the Soul Network you've been building for a while now, and the question I raised is how or what challenges do we Africans face whilst building on the blockchain network?
Okay.
Hey, bro, sorry. Please, can you check the chat?
You said?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I have done that. Uh, yeah. So we like to hear your views, your opinion on
So I
building
can
as an
go on now,
African.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I would say developing or getting to build in African continents, right? Like I'm in Nigeria right now. And one of those things that I would say is a challenge is most people think to actually be on blockchain is something very sophisticated, right? Or to be a builder in Web3 is something that is out of this world. So I'm a community builder, so I do not write code, but I get to work with a lot of people. And recently, I actually say, okay, if you are doing these things, I work with a particular community that teach people different tech skills and how to build stuff on the blockchain, right? So we work with different blockchains, different intervals, so they get to build on different blockchains. So one of the challenges that I would want to point out in doing that is we have people who want to build, but if they get confused along the way. There are a lot of people who just talk about building in blockchain, writing code and developing something. But most of them forget to talk about what we are building, what solution it's providing in the ecosystem. For example, I would say that we have a lot of um, financial solutions out there, and it's becoming a lot. We forget that a common African man has um, other problems that we can actually solve using the blockchain, right? So I would say our focus is it's not broad. It's kind of when we focus on the financial system and we forget that okay, even a common African man might not have a smartphone. And okay, now going down to when I wanted to talk about what I've been doing myself. I'm getting to educate some persons in secondary schools as high schools, right? So they will get to know about this blockchain before we even get to maybe the college age, where they get to maybe learn a lot more. You get to see that most of them do not even know how to use a smartphone. They've never operated a PC or let's say a computer, right? So these are challenges, and I'm not saying it's on them, but I feel that even our school system is not helping us. Because if we want to talk about blockchain, it's not something that you say, okay, after you're done with college, then you've gotten to a certain point that maybe you're supposed to be working, right? That's when you now start learning about blockchain. It should be something that is in our schooling system. So if we neglect the educational part of these things, it becomes a burden. Imagine someone that has gone through school, never heard about coding, right? And then you are introducing them to something called smart contracts. They need to write this on different languages. It takes a lot. So these are challenges. I'm saying this from the point of saying I've dealt with people who wanted to do something in blockchain, but they do not have the knowledge. We come up with a lot of English, or I would say we come out with technologies that people have not even gotten to understand what was before. We're talking about zero knowledge. Someone is still trying to grasp what's blockchain. So I feel like we have a challenge when it comes to educating and also getting to let people know the basics before we bombard them with a lot of things. So if you say there are different initiatives to teach even the young persons blockchain, how to get involved, we'll be solving a lot because these people might actually be they're actually in the African community, right? They know the African man's problem and the idea they get from a proper education system, they'll be able to solve a lot of the problems we have. Blockchain is fascinating, fantastic, but it's not solving most of the common problems an African man would have, right? So if we educate these people in the rural areas, get to maybe let them know more, they're the ones who would provide solutions that are peculiar to their problems. By that way, blockchain will make so much sense than just talking about the financial inclusion it brings or the freedom it gives to us when we talk about finances, right? So I feel those are the
Yeah.
challenges we can do with just the education part and then make it
Yeah,
inclusive.
definitely. So education is one of the keys, to unlocking a very successful life. And I feel even if you think you are not successful, if you have the knowledge of something, automatically you are valued more in society. That's how come Socrates and Isaac Newton and a lot of smart people get to be on top because they know and they have learned. And so that's why we have communities like Blockbridge network that allows you to learn blockchain, that bridges the gap between a typical African builder and then an investor who is ready to invest in a project, who is ready to mentor you. And then we also have mentors on board, where if your project gets to a certain stage, we mentor you on how to go about it, how to market your products, how what you need to do before you get out there. So these are some of the things we are doing. And today, if you haven't followed the Zeno blockchain yet, we have the X link on the stream, so you can probably give them a follow. Follow the Zeno African blockchain. I think, yeah, that's the link. Okay, so it was great, having insights on building as an African, and most of us have probably encountered most of those problems when building. So I'm an African myself. The education, I couldn't find anyone to teach me because, you know, um, for at that time I was a kid, And people don't just give laptops to kids because they think we might do something bad with it. And there are so many limitations to building in Africa. Now, I don't know if Leo Ken can hear me. Confirm you can hear me.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay. Nice. So, I'm asking this question specifically for developers out there who are ready to build on the Zano. What kind of projects should developers, build?
Okay, you asked
What
me what
what
kind
are they
of projects
expected to
that can
do,
on
um,
Zano. First of all,
on Zano?
can build even highly technical projects. You can build something like a marketplace, a decentralized marketplace, because you have a marketplace API. You can build, you can have a meme coin, anything that can be tokenized, whether it's a reward asset or anything at all that has to, you can easily issue tokens as well if you want, you want to use privacy as a niche to get users because of course if you explain the importance of privacy and how Zano is private, you easily get users. You can, you can issue your tokens on Zano. You can, we have a stable coin, we have a private stable coin that is built on Zano as well. So there are actually no limitations to what you can build on Zano. But just know that whatever you are building, it has to be, it's going to be something that gives people privacy. It's going to be something that gives people privacy because the Zano blockchain, the layer one blockchain, that is private at its core, private by default on its own. So if you are looking, there are actually so many things that you can build. Like I said, a marketplace, a P2P, a P2P, trading
Again, yeah.
platform. We have Zano, we have a gaming project, it's a mini gaming project actually, it's a gambling project that was built on Zano as well. We have a meme coin called Bandy built on Zano. I already mentioned the stable coin, which is Freedom Dollar. We have a marketplace, Zano Bay, where people can buy and sell. They are not going to collect your email, all your information. The way you have to do to buy on Jumia or Amazon or Alibaba or AliExpress, you know the kind of information they are going to take from you. Too much information, but you can buy peer to peer. B2P buyer seller consumer kind of relationship on Zano, and you don't even need to know who is buying whatever because you can actually use your Zano wallet to connect. It will be your identity on the Zano base. It will be your identity on Zano Bay marketplace. So people don't even need to know who is buying. You understand?
Yeah.
You can also build projects that use escrow contracts. Zano has escrow contracts that you can use to build P2P marketplace to create a trustless situation. You don't have to trust anybody. You just trust the escrow to you just leave the trust in the hands of the escrow. So you can use the escrow to build something like the marketplace, the P2P trading platform, and so many other things that you can think of. So the things you can build on Zano are endless. It just depends on how creative you are, what problem do you want to solve, and all of that.
Okay, definitely, definitely. So the best way to, for developers to start building on Zano is to first come up with a creative idea. So I've been building a lot of projects myself. Come up with a creative project that solves a real world problem where people can actually get value out of what you build. So some of those projects, NFTs, as we talked about, P2P lending, borrowing, those projects can actually sell. And if you have a creative idea which is out, no one has ever built it before, Zano is ready to take you in to, guide you through the development process, to, bring those projects to, um, you know, to life. Okay, so I think we have a question from Ken Loyalty. Don't know if you can. Hello, Ken.
Yeah, GMG everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Thank you guys for giving us very insightful discussion, trying to let us know how Africans and Ghanaians and Africans in general can build on the Zanu, or how Zanu is also trying to impact Africans. And I'm very pleased with that kind of um, the energy that is arising for the Zanu. Yeah, I'm really glad for everything Zanu people are doing. But I think all right, so King Loyalty, CEO of Blockbridge Network, as Mr. Kaleo rightly said, we are trying to bridge innovation and then decentralization. And our main focus is just to help Africans try to boost solutions that they think are the answer to the problem they are facing in their societies. So as we had our first, we can be able to build 16 projects from that. So I want to know. I personally have interest in the Zano blockchain, where I hopefully one day try to launch a block-based Zano micro DAO to support student communities, whereby they can probably manage bounties and then local projects and also find some local innovation challenges privately. But we know that privacy has been a challenge in terms of the blockchain, and I'm really glad with how Zano is trying to tackle that aspect. So, guys, keep up with the good work you're doing, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So probably we will send a list of the system projects you talked about to Zano blockchain, and those are some of the works that are emerging from Blockbridge Network, and we really appreciate the fact that you are here listening, trying to understand what we do, what Zano do, and how we contribute to the African economy. Now, just a quick to wrap up this session, I have a question. So, what are two main points you want developers or you want anyone building? So when I say anyone building or builders, I'm talking about social media managers, people who can contribute to Zano, who are not even developers. It can be both developers and non-technical people who can do create content, um make a video, make a post or something they can do to contribute to the Zano ecosystem. What do you want them to take away from this session?
Okay, thank you very much. I was already thinking of, saying that, but thank God you asked. You know, the Zano community is a very welcoming community. I mean, I got to find out about this space through one of our very active community member, Bright. Bright is from Ghana. I've never met him. We met through the Zano community. I've never met him in real life, but he has contributed in Zano in so many ways, and he has also gotten, rewarded. Sometimes the reward may not be as much as a contribution, or sometimes it may be more than. But the point is, Zano is always looking for ways to appreciate people that want to contribute. We have a lot of people that make videos. I started like that. I started by making videos, making daily posts about Zano and all of that before I brought up the whole idea of the ambassador program. I was one that actually developed the entire Zano ambassador program from scratch, and I still help the ambassador program because we have ambassadors all over the world. So, for people that want to contribute, everyone is welcome to contribute either directly or under the umbrella of the Zanu African community. It's still the same thing. Just that in the Zanu African community, you are interacting with your fellow Africans. You can easily feel free to ask any questions. You can speak your language because it's the African community. Of course, you can speak your language. Those that understand the language will reply you back in the language, and it will be more conducive for everybody. So if it's either whether you're a content writer, you do videos, whatever you do, there's a place for you in Zano. And let me tell you, for every month in Zano Global, we always have at least one or two contests. And in the Zano Africa community, we also have contests. So there are a lot of contests going on each month. Just that these days we slowed down a bit, which we actually talked about today again, that we are going to reactivate the whole activity starting from this August. So, in Java Africa community, we have our own contest. Sometimes we have game night. We usually have game night every Friday, which Brighton is always, part of it. He knows how it works. We have game night where we ask quizzes about Zano and you answer. The winners get rewarded in Zano and all of that. And recently we even had a contest, a Zano adventure contest. Where people go to different parts of their community, just hold a Zanu logo, a Zanu signature printed on something or whatever, and just take a picture or a short video, and we rewarded you. So there are so many things that people can do to contribute to Zanu, and of course, if you are doing it, you are visible, you are going to get rewarded. You are going to get rewarded. But when it comes to contests, we always have this contest in the African community and in the global community because we have a budget that for the African community we have a budget that we keep aside for community activities every month, and for the global community we have even much bigger budget. And Africans, they are the ones always, even for Zano Global, if you check most of our contests, the best entries you get is from the African community. So everyone is welcome to join our African community, follow up with conversations, contribute, in any way you can, involve yourself in this contest. And in fact, there have been some suggestions here and there that why don't you split the Zanu Africa community? But my position has always remained the same. If I see a good number of Ghanaians that are very active in Zanu Africa community trying to push Zanu, it will make things easier for me because the African community is very large. African community covers the whole country, all the countries in Africa. And I also want to reach every part of Africa. And the best way to reach every part of Africa is to have sub communities. So if we see a good number of Ghanaians that are pushing Zanu, just as we are doing in Nigeria, with time we'll start having independent African communities depending on, but we need to have a good number. We need to have a good number, because a lot of resources will go into setting up an entire community and all of that. So when we have a good number, a reasonable number, we're going to have a Ghanaian community that will also be under the umbrella on the umbrella of the Zanu African community, and it will create more room for people that want to contribute to still contribute more. So these are the things we are doing, and these are the things that are possible with Zanu. So everyone is welcome to contribute in any way they can.
Wow, that's excellent. Um, very much. I'll talk more about it in a few minutes, but I have one last question, and that question is between. Okay, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes,
Okay,
I can hear you
so
now.
I okay, can you hear me? Okay, all right. So I have one last question, and that question is before you go, the last question I have for you is between Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof, which one is better?
Oh no no no! You want to call? you don't want to go then if you're asking this question. If you ask
Uh,
me, I think all is better. All is better because if you give me Ghana jollof rice, I'm going to eat it. We are the same Africa. It's just borders. These borders are borders that were brought to us by aliens, by people that we don't even know. They came and they told us that this part is Ghana, this part is Nigeria. For me, we are all the same. I will come to Ghana, and Ghana will feel like home, just the way Nigeria is. So if you give me Ghana jollof rice, I'm eating it. I'm eating it I'm not even needing anything. You give me Nigerian jollof rice, same thing. I know you want to start a debate that is not going to end, but I won't try you. But on a very good day,
Wow.
when I have a lot of time, we can debate it and laugh over it. It's one of the things that we do when we have these game nights. We usually join calls to make fun of each other. You are from Benin Republic, you are from Morocco, you are from Ghana. We laugh at each other and catch some fun. But because of time, so uh, thank you very much, guys, and thank you for this opportunity. And I would definitely love to do this again.
Oh, thank you for having you. That's the smartest answer I've ever gotten from a Nigerian concerning the Ghana and Nigerian jollof. Thank you for having you, and we really appreciate your time. And we will be getting the resources on Zeno so we can share with the audience, people who are actually watching live now, to get started on building with Zano. And also we are a community that allows builders, anyone. It can be non-technical, it can be technical. You can join a community, you can build with Zano, you can build with block bridge, and we'll be here to mentor and support you throughout your developer journey. So good. That will be it for today. And thank you for watching. See you.